Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. How are you today? Y'all, it's been it's been hot. It's been tiresome, but we still here. If you are new here, I am Shaka Faith Thompson. I am your Zone 8A Georgia gardener, and I love it. I just came on this evening or this afternoon. I had to bring you outside because my canner is going. I'm canning some roasted red onion relish. So basically, roasted red onions and cucumbers. The house smells really good. I ran out of regular relish, had quite a bit of cucumbers left, so I wanted to go ahead and make my own relish because I really do enjoy my own relish. So I made that. But guys, fall gardening season is upon us. I know that Miss Linda, the New Orleans gardener, we all call her Auntie Linda. I know that soon she'll be doing a summer garden wrap up, a spring and summer garden wrap up. So I'm looking forward to that. I know that Broke Farmer will be wrapping up the watermelon wars very soon. I believe that the pescatarian gardener has wrapped up, even though I wasn't able to get into that. I believe that she wrapped up the tomato wars, and we still have the Wind Down Wednesday cucumber challenge going right now, if I'm not mistaken. I was in the watermelon wars and the cucumber wars. Don't think that I think Veggie Farmer is going to win the cucumber wars, but we'll see who's going to win the watermelon wars. If you guys can see over here, I still have my watermelon over there. And then I have the other two over there, but I still have them simply because when I went to South Carolina, I got watermelons from South Carolina, so I needed to eat those before I can eat these. Guys, no matter what time of the evening, I can drink coffee and drink tea. But I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that I was going to sow for the ending of this fall. So I'm going to see if the Motherland okra, I already dropped it a little while ago. I want to see if I got this from the Humble Servants Homestead. If you haven't had a chance to watch them, they are awesome. They are right here in Georgia. I really enjoy watching gardeners that are not only in my zone, but that are in my city. Same with M Squared Legacy. She's not on YouTube, but she's on Instagram, and me and her used to talk all the time when she would come to the markets. But she has an amazing garden as well. But I dropped some of those seeds, and the okra plants are getting big. I want to see if within this last 90 days before we get a first frost, if we get our first frost at that time, will they still grow? I'm going to drop in my garden beds, not my garden beds, in some garden bags. So what I'm going to do alongside of my porch right here, there's a little hang off. I'm going to put about 3 or 4 garden beds there. Y'all, I keep saying garden beds, garden bags there. And I am going to drop some green beans. You guys heard me talk about this in a short. I'm going to put some wax beans. I'm going to put the tender green improved, as well as Blue Lake stringless and the Royal Burgundy. So all of these that I'm going to be dropping are going to be bush varieties. Okay, I'm only going to be dropping the bush varieties, and the good thing about them is they are 51 to 55 days until harvest, right? And in ideal temps, we always have to remember that in ideal temps, it takes about 6 to 8 days for them to germinate. Now, What I also have already dropped, of course, is some thousand head kale and some collards. Now, guys, I'm probably going to drop some more at the end of this week or the beginning of next week. But I'm not going to give my collards and kale a long time to germinate. If they don't germinate by a specific time, I'm just going to go down to a place called Barnhart's in Burke County, Georgia, to the Amish and Mennonite communities, and I'm just going to get some starts from them. I'm not going to fight seeds because I really want to maximize as much time as we have. I want to maximize all that time. I feel super blessed that, oh, one other thing that I'm going to drop before I get into that. Hold a second. Had to bring out knitting as well. So I purchased this knitting from Growing Out the Box. It's not his 3-zipper knitting. It's the regular knitting, but guys, it goes great over my green stalks. So when I was fighting with the kudzu beetle with my strawberries, I looked and looked and looked, and of course I always want to patronize people that are in our community that I trust. And so I saw that Growing Out the Box, he had exactly what I thought I needed. So I ordered one in the beginning. It fit my green stock amazingly. So I reordered another one, and I'm going to put it over another green stock. Now I have three or four green stalks out there. But only 2 really needed that covering. But not only did I order that, but of course I got my elephant garlic. And this year, my elephant garlic is going to go into a green stalk. Because I seriously want my elephant garlic, I want it to be by itself. And if I put it in one of the garden beds, it's not going to be by itself. And the garden bags that I'm going to be using are only 5-gallon garden bags, and I'm using those strictly for these bush beans. And I'm doing it for the bush beans because it'll make it easier for them to harvest. That is the main reason why I'm putting the bush beans in the garden bags. So right now I still have eggplant in the garden growing, carrots, and I dropped more carrots. I still have cucumbers, pink amaranth. You guys came along with me when we dropped the other pumpkins on this side of the yard, as well as the sweet potato slips. Behind me, I do have some more sweet potato slips that I'm going to give away. But what bugged me this year was the weather, something we can't control, but also I didn't get any onions. I did something different this year. I did not go with Dixondale Farms as I usually do. I got some onion starts from someplace else, and it just didn't work out. They didn't work out at all. So I'm just going to go back to my reliable method. Again, we love to experiment in the garden, but I should not have put all my eggs in one basket. I never, ever, ever. I should have also taken the time to order from Dixondale, but I didn't. You guys remember earlier on when my butterfly pea flower would not germinate? I didn't hesitate. I reached out to our community. Auntie Linda came through in the clutch immediately when the seeds, when it came in the mail. That's my husband. I came right outside because my mail runs later in the afternoon. I came right outside and I dropped them seeds in the ground, and I should at least have a full jar of butterfly pea flowers, nicely dried before the first frost comes. Because each day I come out and I pick at least 5 flowers, so I should have a good amount. Same thing for my figs. I have one, two, three fig trees, and one is booming right now. The figs are already turning ripe, so I have to come out each and every day so that I can beat the birds and the wasps. I get about 5 ripe ones every day. Now the other ones, they have figs on them, but their figs are still green. But they're doing great. And this year I may be able to get some sort of fig spread or make a fig dessert. Same thing with the plums that my nieces and nephews didn't eat. I know that the ones that I have frozen, I'm going to be able to make a sauce out of them. I talked to you guys about that before, I believe. Me and my friend Cherie Castro, we really like balsamic glaze. And I want to mimic that using the plums that I grew out here this year. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the fall season. I know that I walked into the store yesterday, guys, and I remembered growing out the box talking about the Mexican sunflower, and I saw the seed and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna do my own research, because now I need to pluck some of my rose hips as well, so that I can make some, I can dry them and make some rose hip tea, because rose hips are very, very nutritional. And let me see, I know that I have some on, y'all, I shouldn't be going out here because the ground is kind of hot. And this mushroom basket tomato hasn't put on any tomatoes as of yet, but it looks like it wants to. Guys, my Roselle hibiscus, you see how big? You see how thick the stalks are? And then this is my new North Georgia candy roaster plant right here. But I got sidetracked. I wanted to bring you guys out to see if I could show you what a rose hip looks like. Like I said, I know that I have some on the plant in the front of my house, because it's a, nope, it's none on this, but it literally comes on the end of the bud of the rose plant, and it's after the, excuse me, it's after the rose has budded. Let's see if it's some on this plant. The rose has budded and has fallen off, then you can get the rose hip. Nope. None on there either, just in the front yard. My white rose puts off beautiful rose hips. So guys, like I said, this is one of the collard plants that I did drop. I'm gonna clean this area up, and some of my leftover portions of my green stock, I did drop some 1,000 head kale down there, but I'm also going to drop some in seed starter trays as well. I'm not going to set my hydroponic system up, because I don't really like to set my hydroponic system up in the spring and the fall. I really only like to set it up during the winter time, so we're going to do that. So guys, this has been nice chatting. I just wanted to come on here and tell you what I have growing on and what I'm going to be doing for the fall. Guys, just remember that we all have mistakes going in the garden. I watched Growing Out the Box the other day, and he just really was beating himself up about that soil that he purchased, that compost, I believe, that he purchased, and how it destroyed so many of his items. Again, we all can make mistakes like that. That's how I feel about the onions. I made the mistake of going with a different supplier instead of the one that I normally go with that is tried and true. And I didn't get any onions this year. I literally had to buy onions, and I don't like that because I know that I can grow them. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm waiting on Baker Creek to come out with the crocus, the saffron crocus. I have emailed them, and they should be coming out with those in September with those bulbs. So I will be planting those bulbs, and I'll be planting my garlic at the same time as I plant those saffron crocus bulbs. So guys, that's it. That's all. Tell me, what are you going to be planting for the fall? And did you have any oops during the spring and summer?